Hey there, welcome. Today we are talking makeup tips and tricks for middle-aged women. Women with mature skin, women who are wiser in years. Hi, my name is Joy from the blog agingwellwithjoy.com. On my blog and on this channel, we discuss beauty and wellness for middle-aged women. If that's you, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining us. Let's jump right into our makeup tips and tricks. I am going to do this in chronological order. So I am going to start at the very beginning of the routine and go all the way through. So keep that in mind as you watch. We're going to start from the very beginning and go all the way through a normal makeup routine. These are tips and tricks for an everyday makeup look. So tip number one, if you are like myself and you wake up very puffy in the morning, meaning my face is very puffy when I wake up, for some reason, I don't know if it's water accumulation or lymph drainage, but I wake up and my eyes are these tiny little beads in between my sockets here, and I just look very puffy. So what I do first after I cleanse my face is I go in with a facial oil and I put a few drops of that on my face and I massage it in, and I do a Gua Sha routine. So I take one of the Gua Sha devices and I will insert a little clip of how I do it. And it's simply, the idea is to help with drainage, with lymph drainage from your face. So you do a massage and I do it around my eye area, my cheek area, and then also along my jawline. And then you drain it down your throat. And this just encourages lymph drainage so that all of that puffiness can kind of drain away. After I have done a Gua Sha, I will go in with a little bit of facial massage. I massage my brow bone. I learned this a few years ago, and it really gives yourself a nice eye lift. So if you are somebody with a lot of extra eye skin and your eyes just look very closed off and puffy in the morning, try giving this a try. You're just going to massage your brow bone, and you will be surprised the lift it gives. It's pretty amazing what you can do just by getting the blood flowing in your skin. And that's really what facial massage helps with. It helps with the lymph drainage. It helps with getting the blood flowing underneath the skin to sort of give a healthier, plumper glow and to depuff. So try doing a little Gua Sha, a little facial massage. This does not take long, friends. This is a very quick thing. I know that it may feel like that's a lot of extra steps if it's not something you're currently doing it, but I can do the whole thing, both the Gua Sha and the massage, in under 5 minutes. It's probably closer to like 3 minutes. And it really helps everything to depuff and look more natural again. This next step probably goes without saying, but make sure you moisturize your skin. As we get older, we lose collagen, we lose elastin, and we lose moisture from our skin. So this can cause our skin to look drier and just in general unhealthy. So you never want to skip moisturizer, okay? This step, although simple, is so important. Make sure you moisturize before you put on your makeup. Then I go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. You can use any primer, but the point is, don't spend a lot of money, ladies. There are some really great primers out there that are inexpensive, okay? So give yourself a good drugstore primer. e.l.f. has a lot of great ones, and they're only a few dollars, and it makes a big difference to your skin, okay? The reason for a primer is this is going to smooth out and blur any texture on your skin. It's going to adhere to the makeup to help it last longer and to keep it from settling in your lines and wrinkles. So we don't want our foundation and our concealer to be settling unflatteringly in our lines throughout the day. And that is one of the reasons we use a good primer, okay? So use a good moisturizing primer, and it's just going to help keep everything looking more flawless throughout the day. Okay, let's talk about the eyes. On your eyes, we want to be avoiding any harsh eyeliner. So when we were younger, it was very trendy, right, to wear the thick black eyeliner under our eyes, but that is not so flattering on us mature ladies. So what we want to do is tight line our upper and lower lids. And we want to I recommend tightlining your upper lid with a very dark black pencil, a really good one. This one's from Tarte, and it's great because anything from Tarte tends to be great. And you just want to tightline your upper lid. Because it's right along your lash line, it's going to give the illusion that your lashes are thicker and fuller, which we need a little help with as we get older. Then we want to go in on our bottom lid and we want to tightline with a nude pencil. And the reason for this is the nude pencil adds brightness to that under eye area, which opens up the eye and makes you look more awake, okay? So you want a nude pencil to tightline your bottom line, and you want to tightline your upper line with a black to make your eyelashes look more fuller and thick. Then we want to use an eyelid primer. Now, this is a step I skipped for years, and honestly, when I was younger, I don't think I needed it. But if you're not using an eyelid primer now, let me tell you what a difference it makes, okay? I have a lot of excess eyelid skin on my upper eyelids now. If I don't use an eyelid primer, my eye makeup throughout the day settles back into those lines. The oil from my eyelids cause it to separate, and so it settles back in those lines. And what I end up with is like streaks of eyeshadow rather than a lid with eyeshadow on it. It is really a game changer to use an eyelid primer. You can use any eyelid primer you want. This just happens to be the one I have currently, Smashbox. It's great. But you just want to put on an eyelid primer, allow it to dry, and then apply your eyeshadow. Game changer. Then what I recommend for an easy everyday makeup look if you have mature skin is going in with a light neutral color. So this is just one of the e.l.f. bite-sized palettes. Again, you don't need to spend a lot of money to have a really good makeup look, okay? I love these little e.l.f. palettes. This one's the cream and sugar one, and as you can see, I've hit pan on this one, and that's because this is what I use most days. And all I do after I've applied my eyelid primer is I go in with this neutral color and I use my fingers to put it on my lid, and then I use a blending brush and I blend it out. The reason for this is a lighter color like this is going to make your eyes look more awake. It's going to make them look wider. It's very flattering on more mature skin than darker colors are. The whole idea is to help your eyes look brighter and more youthful. Then once I have applied my eyeshadow, I will go in with a concealer. I love this Laura Mercier dual concealer stick. It has concealer on two different sides, two different colors. And I just take this and I use it to do concealer on my brow bone. And that just brightens that area up again. So again, brightness, openness, that's what we're looking for as we age. Bringing us right into our next tip, which is to curl your eyelashes. Another step that I skipped for most of my life, but that now makes a real difference in how awake I look during the day. So using a good eyelash curler, curl your eyelashes before you put on your mascara. Leading right into the next tip, which is to use a mascara primer. I have talked about this in other videos. That's my dog. He wants into the room with me. I have talked about this in other videos, but using an eyelash primer really makes a big difference as you age, because again, what it does is it creates a fullness, a thicker looking eyelash, and it also gives some length. So a really great tip, you can buy these at the drugstore. I love the L'Oreal Voluminous. That's what I've been using forever. And it's just great. You apply a layer of your primer, let it dry, and then apply your mascara. As a side note, because I have it here, if you're looking for a good mascara, ladies, and you haven't tried the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, this is just the best everyday mascara. I know I've talked about it before if you've watched my other videos, but I have not found a mascara to beat this, and I have tried a lot of mascaras. This is just the best everyday eyelash mascara. It was funny when I went to Ulta and I picked this up, the girl behind the counter was, late teens. And she said, oh my gosh, I love that mascara. Have you tried this before? And I was like, yes, I also love this mascara. That's why I'm grabbing it. So it was just so funny to hear that somebody so young also loves and thinks this is a great mascara. So if you're looking for good mascara, just throwing this out. This Tarte Light Camera Lashes, it's the best every day. Okay, next tip. Be very careful where you conceal. If you are like me and you have a lot of eye baggage here down below your eyes, you want to be very careful about how much concealer you use. You do not want to conceal this big bag because that is going to make it pop and stand out. What you want to do is put your concealer down right along the crease of that bag where you need it the most, and be very careful not to get too much. Do not be heavy-handed here. Less is more. Okay, moving on to face. Speaking of less is more, that is kind of the mantra that you need to have as you get older, okay? Now I'm talking about an everyday look, of course. Of course, there are exceptions. If you're going out or, you have a special event, that's gonna be much different. But for an everyday look, we want to keep our makeup looking youthful and fresh. And the best way to do that is to go with the less is more mentality as we age, okay? So find yourself, and I do recommend a liquid foundation. I find that now that I'm older, if I use a powder foundation, it just cakes and settles into my lines and wrinkles. So use a liquid foundation. I love the L'Oreal Infallible. There are a lot of great drugstore foundations out there. If you need a good one, try the L'Oreal Infallible. That is great. It's a 24-hour wear. It does not settle. It looks natural and skin-like, and it lasts all day on my skin. But that was a side note. The tip is go with less is more. Put a sheer layer of foundation on your skin, just enough to even out the skin tone. That is the purpose of foundation. It's just to even out your skin tone. Then you can go in with the next products we're going to discuss to add your glow from within. So next, try using a cream blush. This one from Rare Beauty is great, but there are a lot of good cream blushes. But I love this one because it's a nice natural color. And cream products are going to give you a lit from within glow rather than looking like your makeup is sitting on top of your skin. So although there are powder blushes I really prefer at this age to have a cream or a liquid blush. Okay, so that is the tip. Try a good cream blush at in a more neutral color to just create a little bit of a lit from within kind of natural look. Next, cream bronzer. So again, sticking with the creams, sticking with the idea that we want everything to look natural and blend right into our skin well. Try cream rather than powder. It's going to look less harsh and more natural. We also want to be applying our blush and our bronzer higher than we did when we were young. So you want to be applying your blush to the top of your cheeks and even a little ways up here. I go all the way up almost to my temple here with my blush. And the reason for this is to give your face a lifted look, okay? So again, lifting everything up. So try applying your blush higher up, whereas, when we're young, we're told to apply it to the apples of our cheeks. But as we get older, we really want to be creating that illusion of a lift. Now, your bronzer as well. You also want to be putting your bronzer higher on your cheekbone than you did when you were younger. Okay, I used to contour down here under my cheekbone, but now that I'm older, putting the bronzer here is going to give you a more youthful, lifted look. When you are done applying your makeup, make sure to use a setting spray. Now, again, a lot of good drugstore setting sprays out there, but you want to be applying a good setting spray. We apply the primer at the beginning to apply our makeup and help it look flawless. We apply a setting spray at the end to keep that flawless look throughout the day. Okay, so they're dual parts. They work together to create a more flawless look throughout the hours that we're wearing our makeup. So don't skip these steps if you're going for an all-day makeup wear look. All right, and As we get older, lipstick can begin to look harsh on us if we're not careful. Now, obviously, lipstick can be beautiful as well, but a lot of times it can be very harsh, especially if we're using bolder colors, and it can feather into our lip lines. So what I'm going to suggest to you is to buy a lip gloss. Lip gloss, on the other hand, creates the appearance of having fuller, plumper lips. What you want to do is buy a lip gloss that is 2 shades darker than your normal lip color. This NYX Butter Gloss is the one that I have on today. And this is, like I said, about 2 shades darker than my normal pink lip color. And it just, again, creates the illusion of thicker, fuller lips. And also, it helps them feel better. I mean, I don't know about you, but the older I get, the drier my lips get, the more cracked they look, the more wrinkly they look. And lip gloss just really helps solve those issues. So I love having lip gloss on my lips throughout the entire day. So ladies, those are my tips and tricks for applying an everyday makeup look to mature skin. I hope that you learned something new today. Please consider hitting that subscribe button below. Thank you so much for joining me today.